Yo, what's going on, Brick Squad? Welcome back to another episode of Building Anaxes in LEGO. We got week number 24 here today, and much like the past couple of segments with the ATRTs and the bark speeders, today we're going to be taking a look at a custom model that really isn't too integral to the mock overall, but it's also really cool addition. Now, before we go ahead and get started, guys, huge thank you to our two series sponsors. Y'all know the drill here. Number one, we got Brick Stuff. If you guys are looking for any custom light up kits for sets or mocks, make sure you go check out brickstuff.com. Leave a link down below in the description, and make sure you use coupon code TBW10, that's capital T, capital B, capital W, the number 10 during your checkout to save 10% off of your order. And also be sure to give our second series sponsor some love minifigs for you. You guys know they have generously supplied the Bad Batch squad of minifigures and also some more coming very soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned, but also just go ahead and check out and support both of our series wide sponsors here on the channel down below. So as I'm sure you guys can tell by the title of the video, today we're going to be talking about the AV-7 artillery cannon. This is something we've seen in the Clone Wars TV show a lot, and this is also not my design. This is my buddy Mason. He just finished it. It was a really cool build, and of course I wanted to help him get exposure. So guys, the AV-7 you're about to see is not my design. Mason did give me the instructions for free. However, I did source my parts at my own expense. Now just know, if you guys do want to pick up the instructions, it's only $10, guys. Only $10 for a minifigure scale AV-7 artillery cannon. All you guys have to do is check the information in the pinned comment. It'll have everything you need to know to get in contact with Mason to get and pick up your own instructions. So the AV-7, in terms of how it fits overall with Anaxes, isn't really too integral. It's something that I wanted to add as a filler episode this week. So a couple of days ago, I actually went on Bricklink. I ordered about 1,200 dark bluish gray brick to actually help finish that mountain wall. As you guys know, that wall has completely just depleted my entire collection of dark bluish gray parts, so I actually have gotten the ball rolling on that. They haven't come in yet, so that's why I kind of had a filler episode this week with the AV-7. If you guys do remember the ATRT and like the bark speeder episode, it's going to be very similar in terms of style. Again, this is Mason's design. Go ahead and check him out. He's a very talented builder. He's also built a custom Republic gunship. It isn't the one I'm using right now, but it is a really good one also. So make sure you guys go check out M5 Builds on Instagram. We'll leave a link down below in the description. So of course, throughout today's episode, I'm going to tell you how I think the AV-7 fits in with everything on Anaxes. What does it add to the overall mock itself? Because you'll realize the AV-7 artillery cannon is actually pretty large, and the scale is slightly weird with the mock that I have right now, but I'm going to show you guys sort of how I'm going to incorporate it, I guess, as it makes sense in the mock. Of course, it'll be there in the finale and whenever I take it to Brick Fair, Virginia later on this year. Now, this week, I did not film any sort of updates as we went. I just filmed a straight up time-lapse. I did do a live stream yesterday with you guys. For those of you who joined, thank you so much. It was super fun. So let's actually cut to the time-lapse right now. It's going to show you the build of the entire AV-7, and then, of course, I'll show you a in-depth showcase of the AV-7 right now. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, of course, with every update of the weeks now, we do start off with the same overhead angle. Now, obviously, nothing too crazy is going to be changing so far. Still waiting on that wide angle lens. But today, of course, we are going to be talking about this AV-7 artillery cannon. Like I said before, this is a design from my buddy Mason, or M5 Builds. All his links will be down below in the description. The instructions and PDF instructions and studio parts list is all available for purchase for only $10. So as you guys just saw in the time lapse, it's actually a really simple, straightforward build. It probably took me about a little under an hour, honestly, if I wasn't streaming. So obviously keep that in mind. When I am streaming, I do have to sort of take breaks from building and kind of keep tabs with chat. So that being said, the build process for it is really incredibly easy, and as you guys can see, it's a really nice smooth model. Now, LEGO actually did make a set version of this a while ago. Now, although this model does look really similar to the set in a lot of different ways, I also do want to point out that it's also incredibly different it is minifigure scale, which is really nice. You guys can see how it compares to the ATTE, and it's a big cannon. Like, I didn't expect this thing to be so big, which I guess is actually kind of an issue I'm running into, because the idea for the AV-7 cannon was to put it like right here, sort of facing that way, because like it's a Fort Anaxes. It's just a giant standing garrison of clone weapons and clone armies, so I was hoping just to put it like somewhere over here just to have it stationed, but I don't know if it's gonna fit too well. I still have to finish doing all like the plating and stuff over here. But as far as the AV-7 itself goes, the build is super simple. The parts are actually not rare at all. I think to buy the entire thing off of Bricklink, the total parts cost was maybe like $60, maybe $65, so it really was a good deal. So that's also something I'm really happy about. Now, getting more into just different looks of the AV-7, I'm actually going to swing around here and show you guys right here. You guys can see how a minifigure sort of compares to the area behind it. We do have a phase 2 clone trooper right there. It's not really necessarily the most accurate gunner for the AV-7, but it's gonna have to do with what I have currently going on. Just pointing out some really cool things. Obviously, the AV-7 artillery cannon does stand on the 4 different legs. They are all connected by hinge plates and bricks, so obviously nothing's gonna fall off. I do really like the design of the feet. Mason used these wedge plates to actually give it like a really sturdy foundation, which, believe it or not, this thing's actually pretty heavy, which obviously is, maybe not even a surprise. So the feet do a great job of actually supporting the entire build, which is really nice. Another really cool part of this model are the side areas right here. These are, I believe, like ammunition or just like interior parts of the actual cannon itself, which do look really nice. I think adding that dark red contrast to the AV-7 cannon itself is a really nice touch. Now, getting on into the top weapon, or the main artillery cannon, the cannon's actually made up of a whole bunch of really cool different parts. One of my favorite aspects of the build are these black droid arms that sort of reach from the base of the artillery weapon, like the barrel itself, and reach out. I think that's a really cool design. You guys can see just how long this artillery cannon is. I think it's actually an anti-vehicle cannon, if I'm not mistaken. So I kind of think of it as an artillery cannon, something like that. But of course, this does also very useful for any anti-vehicle or something like that. So that's also really fun. And then as you go towards the back of the AV-7, there are some really cool dark red flex tubes that do reach over both sides of the cannon, which does, again, just add some really cool extra detail. But overall, I mean, this design for a cannon is really cool. I'm going to try to give you guys a second angle here if I can work around the area. So that's kind of how it looks. I mean, like I said, it's a big cannon. It's something that I really wanted to include in Fort Anaxes. Like I said, the main idea with this overall mock has been, it's a giant standing base, right? We have 2 gunships, 2 ATTEs, a bunch of ATRTs, bark speeders, and now we do have an AV-7 artillery cannon, which I think kind of just goes to add more just awesomeness to this mock. So I'm really liking how this AV-7 fits in. I think it just adds a whole nother arsenal level to the actual mock. Now, like I said before, I planned on having it over here, so let's actually just see how it looks in this general area. Like, I don't have any plates here, so I guess that's kind of how it would look, and that's okay with me. Like I said, it's supposed to just be like a standing base. It's not really meant to start fighting any separatists at the moment. It's just sort of like in the back chilling. So maybe if I have room on the road, I'll put it there, but I think this is a good spot for it. Maybe even if I could have it like maybe somewhere right here would even be kind of cool, just having it sort of like getting ready to leave the base with the ATT, because like I said, remember, we have the second walker going there, we have the columns of clones right there, so maybe even having the AV-7 behind there would actually might even be a really cool idea. But let me know, guys, where you think I should put this to begin with. Like I said, I didn't realize it would be this big, but it also isn't an awful thing, because it does look really nice. But yeah, so I think that's kind of everything I want to talk about the AV-7. I will actually be doing a full in-depth review on a separate video and separate content here on the channel, hopefully coming up later this week, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I'll be going into the techniques, all the different parts, and kind of how it resembles and replicates the actual real-life version of it in the Clone Wars. So a full review is coming on this AV-7 cannon soon. But other than that, I think that kind of wraps up everything I wanted to show you guys for this week. Like I said, we're still waiting on the parts to finish that mountain. I also do have a little minor update on the medical bay. I got some more parts here. We have a lot of light bluish gray brick right here, so we're going to actually be able to start building a little bit more of the medical bay. I'll get into that more in the outro of today's video. But like I said, I got a whole big order of Bricklink coming in to finish this mountain, hopefully by the end of the next 2 weeks. So that should be a very interesting process. But that's going to kind of wrap up this part of today's video. Let's go ahead and head to the outro of today's video. So guys, that brings week 24 to a close here on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. We are definitely nearing the last couple of weeks here on the series. There's a lot of important stuff I want to talk to you about right now, so this is going to be a very important part of the video. So of course the AV-7 is done. Next week I do plan on hopefully, crossing my fingers, hopefully finishing that mountain. It's going to be a little ambitious goal. I think if I could set maybe 2 or 3 hours every single day to get that done, I think it's a very attainable, achievable goal. So I'm actually going to really try for that. Now, as far as the rest of that goes, let's assume the mountain is done. What else do we have left? Well, 2 things. Medical bay and the second ATT. Now, ATT isn't too much of an issue. I do have the parts sourcing for that, so that should be no big deal when the time does come for me to build that. And the medical bay, I actually had a fan email me a studio file of what their version of it would be, and it was really nice. So I'm actually working on making it final, you know, kind of doing a little bit of changes, customizing it to sort of complement the parts that I have in my collection, stuff like that. So I'm actually going to save that for next segment. Hopefully by next week I'll have a final render of what the medical bay would look like. Again, that's going to go right here, right next to the gunship landing platform. And then after that, we're pretty much done. I mean, there's a couple of smaller things, obviously, and a little, like, finer details we still have to work out for the mock series. Now, for those of you who did not know, the Clone Wars Season 7 does air in February. I don't think I'm going to have it done for the exact date it airs, but I will have it done either in late February or early March. So we are really kind of leaning in on the last maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 segments tops left in the series. That's kind of exciting. I've been working on this mock for an incredibly long time. It's the longest I've ever worked on any given mock before. I'm loving it. I really am loving it. I like the progress. I hope you guys are enjoying the series as well, but it's kind of cool that we are finally nearing that last, you know, quarter or the last, like, fifth of the build series. So there's a lot of cool things. There's still a decent amount to get done. Like I said, the mountain's probably going to take me at least a week minimum. We still have the ATT, which will only be 1 week. I'll be able to build that in a single segment. And then also the medical bay, which hopefully shouldn't take me more than a week as well. So I'm giving myself extra time to get through things, add more cool details for you guys to see. So that's kind of what I've been planning on for the mock as far as we are right now. In terms of other news, I might be bringing a Clone Army update tomorrow. I might be showcasing all of the vehicles, all the AV-7, the gunship, everything like that in a Clone Army video for tomorrow, hopefully, if I can get that all ready to go. So guys, definitely stay tuned, subscribe if you guys are brand new, and drop a like on today's video. So that's pretty much all we got for this week, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. This week was actually my first week back at school, so expect a minor, I don't even want to say delay. I mean, honestly, classes aren't even that terrible this semester, but just as I'm getting used to my new schedule, just bear with me if content is a little thin between this next week or so. But Anaxes is still the main priority. We're still going to go strong with that. Nothing is going to change that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, drop a like if you guys did enjoy today's video. That's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.